Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Today, I'm doing a powered cube draft on MTG Arena. Not normally the platform I record on, but I'll go anywhere that I can play Vintage Cube. I have not played on Arena in a very long time. In fact, when I logged in to do this cube, it told me that Sorin and Gigantha had been banned in Pioneer. That's about the time window since the last time I was given an update in Arena. But this looks pretty sweet, and I'm excited to try it out. Tamiyo, banger. What else we got? Mox Diamond. This card is powerful, but always seems to betray me. This is the lowest that I would rank a 0-mana artifact, probably ever. Pest Infestation is an excellent card. Tropical Island. It's hard to argue with a dual land. I think I'm going to take Tamiyo here. Just crazy 1-drops that can win the game on their own. High value. I like drawing cards anyway. It's between Tamiyo and Pest Infestation for me, and I am going to take the Tamiyo. I would be happy to get back on the wheel. Spirebluff Canal, Tropical Island, Gitaxian Probe, Preordain, probably Bankbuster. There's a lot in this pack for me. I'll take the Tamiyo. Jace the Mind Sculptor in Crazy Fox form. Okay. Archon of Cruelty is one of the better things you can cheat into play. I don't have the way to do that yet, but having the fella encourages me to take that more aggressively. Inquisition of Kozilek, cheap interaction, high value in the cube. Urtai is a sweet one. This guy, it's not cheap interaction, but it is flexible interaction, which is great. Brain Freeze sets up a number of combos, but I think I can catch Brain Freeze on the wheel if I'm interested in that. The question is, do I want to take Jace and the safe pick, or Archon of Cruelty and the exciting pick? I think I'm going to take the Jace. Smuggler's Copter is sweet too out of that last pack, but I have a type. There's Cryptic Command to go with all my other cool blue planeswalkers. Spars HQ, Bant, Mana. These are the colors that I like the most. Leovold's cool, but that adds 2 colors to my smooth draft right now. I'm just going to take another heavy blue commitment card. Send those signals down the lane. That blue is mine. Oh, baby. Tinker is my favorite Magic card that there is in Magic. And blue artifacts is one of the archetypes that I think is the best in Cube in general, especially Vintage Cube. This Marsh Flats, that's a nice fetch land. Going late here. Whitestone and Weakstone. This is really good in the archetype of big blue artifacts, but Tinker, especially getting it this early, lets me plan around it. I can take big dumb stuff like Portal to Phyrexia and whatever the other big artifacts are that are illegal on Arena. I'm not excited about a Bornoculus or Dress Down. Atraxa is one of the other best payoffs. I mentioned the Archon earlier, but Atraxa also pays out natural order strategies. Oh, Triplets Titan. There's a big dumb artifact I just mentioned. A bunch of dual lands that aren't really for me. Duelists of the Mind sucks pretty bad. Sorry, Nathan Stoyer, but it's true. Trips Titan, this gives me something to hit with Tinker. Trinket Mage is mediocre. I don't have any hits for that yet. Tamiyo does generate artifacts for Tinker, and all of the talismans are in the cube. Watery Grave, Phantasmal Image. That's a sick Phantasmal Image. All right, Watery Grave, Fiery Islet, both here. Mishra's Bauble is an artifact, but I'm not playing Affinity. You don't have to take every artifact you see. I would like to start supporting my ability to cast spells of different colors. Sleight of Hand, Gruul Talisman, and Hallowed Fountain. I think it's Hallowed Fountain for me. Esper is a color combo that I like. This gives me Teferi, Fractured Identity. This gives me discard spells, Entomb. If that Urtai comes back around, I'll take it. Ironically, that Marsh Flats that I passed, and I wasn't going to take Marsh Flats over Tinker, but Marsh Flats does fetch Hallowed Fountain and Watery Grave while being mono blue, in particularly this rollout of cards that I've gotten. Grief Wowstrider, Retrofitter Foundry, Gloomlake Verge, Chromatic Star. Retrofitter, oh my god, what just happened? Arena, settle down. Okay. Wow, that scared the shit out of me. Okay, I mean, Grief is powerful. Itali's another great thing to cheat in, but we're pretty far away from that at this point. Retrofitter is both a source of artifacts that I can tinker away, and it's not even the worst thing I could tinker into. Seems weird to tinker into a 1-drop, but if I have lots of mana and know where to put it, Retrofitter quickly changes that. Wow, Pest Infestation got all the way back around to me. These arena kids don't know what's going on. Lava Spurt Boots is an artifact. Haste on all your creatures is pretty good. Tinkering something away, getting Trips Titan and smashing for 10 is pretty good. Reckoner Bankbuster, also an artifact and a source of card advantage. Versus this Pest Infestation on the splash. And it's early enough that I could support that. I'm taking Pest Infestation. I almost first picked it overall. You can't make me not take it now. Karn Scion, just solid colorless thing you could do. Talisman of Red-White. It is an artifact on my curve, but I'm not that interested in it. Expressive Iteration is a good card. I'm going to take Karn. Leovold, Commercial District. Well, I'm not playing any of these cards, probably. Though I do have a Watery Grave and a green card. I could take this Leovold. I could also take Commercial District as just a forest that surveils. I took Commercial District. Mightstone and Weakstone came back around. That's great. I called that one out. It was in the pack with Tinker. Dress Down's fine, but Mightstone, I like. Stomping Ground. And I don't have any black cards, so I'm as likely to be a red splash as I am a black splash right now. Tireless Tracker. Oh god, I need to remember to click with the correct finger. Tireless Tracker is another thing that generates artifacts and it's low value. Well, Urza is just about the best card you can ask for in this archetype. It's short of like Mox Pearl or Mox Sapphire. Narset's very good. All of the dual lands, just all the bug dual lands are here. None of them are better than Urza though, and it's not particularly close. Things I would like to get back in this pack, Breeding Pool, Underground Sea, Bayou are all useful to me. Quantum Riddler, Narset would be great. I am likely to get back something I want here, but slamming the Urza. Time Twister. That goes with the Narset we just shipped away. Somebody's going to be pretty excited taking that one, then the other one back to back. Time Twister is pretty good in decks that can dump out, though I'm not really dumping out, even though that's what I want to be doing. I have dipped into green for Pest Infestation and Tireless Tracker, which means Nadu is a card I can consider here. None of this stuff is really for me. And like Lightning Greaves is something I could tinker for if that comes back around. Kind of a bummer shipping somebody downstream Narset Time Twister after I worked so hard to cut blue in pack 1. But I think Nadu is the right take for me. It's that or Restless Vinestock. This is a dual land, but I think this is more likely to come back on the wheel. All right, yep, Nadu it is. Prismatic Vista, there's some fixing. Boom Zoom Boomby Dooms, I love those guys, but they're not the deck I'm building. Survival of the Fit is pretty cool. Skull Clamp is a way to trigger Nadu a lot. It's a way to go nuts with Retrofitter Foundry. It's a cheap artifact for Tinker. This is Skull Clamp for me, and Multiversal Passage, Prismatic Vista, Saheeli are all things I'd love to see come back my way. Brazen Borrower, Dak Fate, and Thundertrap Trainer, Pentad Prism. I do have a couple green-red dual lands. Like, this could be a rug deck. I am greener than I am. I don't have actually any black or white cards, despite having those dual lands first. Loot is pretty powerful once it's in play. Brazen Borrower, generic interaction. If I can keep it blue-green, I would like to. I'm going to take Borrower now. Taiga, that is another Gruul dual land. Mishra's Workshop. Am I there? Stoneforge Mystic can get Skull Clamp. Ramanap Excavator. I don't have a Fetchland or a Wasteland or anything like that. Ponder sees a lot of cards in Limited because your deck's so much smaller. I could see the Taiga. In Sheldock Isle is really powerful. There's less work to do in Limited to get that active. I think I want this Ponder, though. Tolarian Academy. Hook that to my veins. Mystic Confluence, I would love. Third Path Iconoclast, I would play if it comes back to me. We're in the middle of the pack now. It might be thin coming back to me. I don't expect to see this Confluence again. This card is excellent, but Tolarian Academy is just what I'm trying to do here. Portal to Phyrexia. There it is. Okay, I have a proper Tinker package now. I have a big Idiot if I'm ahead, and I have a big Sweeper if I'm behind. Underworld Breach kicking around now. Somebody took that Brain Freeze. I didn't see it twice. So, Portal, you're in. Tishana's Tidebinder, Coalition Relic, Talisman of Blue-White. I'm doing nothing at 2 right now. I think Talisman of Blue-White is probably better than Relic, even though Relic is obviously better once it's in play. Yeah, ramping on 2 bridges me from turn 2 into turn 4, where I have a lot of powerful things going on. None of the stuff I wanted came back to me here. Yeah, somehow literally none of the things I actually wanted from this back, despite there being a lot of them. So I'll take Haywire Might. It's an artifact, and if I'm blue-green, it plays. Consult the star charts versus Restless Vinestalk. I don't think I'm an Enduring Curiosity deck. I'll take a blue-green duel. I am blue-green with options on red. Good options on red. Another Gruul dual land. Pick your poison. I guess I'll take Pick the Poison. Powerful sideboard card, I suppose. Loot came back around. So did Thundertrap Trainer. I like both of these, but I think Thundertrap Trainer as a mana sink or something to do on 2 in the curve. I'll take Mishra's Workshop on spec, though I'm not really there for it yet. Any Talisman, I'll take at this point. And this one is green. Up the Beanstalk, hell yeah. Probably not playing that, but I do have it. And the final pack, oh my god, Booster Tutor. This card is so exciting. I'm not in the colors that support it, though. I'm not going to splash for Booster Tutor, though this is one of the cards I was excited to maybe get to play with when I heard about the card list. Disappointing. Hey, Exploration is here. Hedge Maze is here. Sink into Stupor. This pack is not thrilling. Sword of Fire and Ice is another equipment that I can attach to Nadu over and over. Courser of Crewfix, double green. I don't really want to go down that road. Exploration is not bad in a deck that draws cards, but I don't know if I am one of those. All right, I have the Sword of Fire and Ice, whether I like it or not. Ooh, Ancestral Recall passed to me. Somebody must have opened a Soul Ring or Black Lotus or something. I'm obviously slamming Ancestral Recall into my deck. I would have liked the Flooded Strand, and I probably would take Subtlety, but yeah, Ancestral Recall, get in. Wasteland, Shadow Spear, Scalding Tarn, ooh, Scalding Tarn, and Fleam. Fleam's not bad. I'm not taking it now. Frantic Search, Thieving Skydiver, Shadow Spear, Scalding Tarn. I think I want Scalding Tarn. This just gives me clean access to... Wait, no, oh yeah, the red. Yeah, I have multiple green and blue I can fetch. This is almost the perfect fetch land for my deck. Jace Vryn's Prodigy and Currency Converter. JVP, just solid card on its own. It exists at 2 on the curve. Currency Converter is a mana sink and an artifact that does a lot of what Jace does. Yeah, I think I'm here for Converter. Look at all these artifacts. Time Spiral, though. Ooh. Am I using that? Probably not. How many artifacts is too many? Are we in the limit does not exist? Mean Girls meme territory. I'm not going to take another Talisman after this, but this is a lot of ways to jump from 2 to 4. Nexus of Becoming. Oko. A Nexus is a beginning combat on your turn, draw a card, then you may exile an artifact or creature card from your hand. If you do, create a copy of that card. So this is like draw an extra card every turn and maybe show and tell. Ancient Tomb is great for my deck. So is Oko. I'm going to take Ancient Tomb here. This is another way to jump my talismans. I just went from turn 3 Urzas to turn 2 Urzas. I'm taking the Tomb, but that pack was excellent for me. I'd love to see one of those cards back. The Endstone, what's up? That's a way to tinker. My life total becomes 10 every turn, and whenever I play a card, I draw a card. What else is even here for me? Nothing. It's just complete free money. Take the Endstone, don't have to think about it. I will then, if that's how it's going to be. Urza's Saga. That's good with artifacts, and I have a zillion things to tutor for with it. Yeah, it's Urza's Saga. And here's my opening pack back again. It's Canker Bloom, it's Hedge Maze, or it's Zagoth Triome. These are both fetchable. They make the same. Would I rather have a Surveil or the ability to cycle later? I think I want the Zagoth Triome. I did just pick up a fetchable black source. I don't think that's enough reason to take a black card here. I'll put Scavenging Ooze probably directly into my sideboard. Okay, we've got Fleam and Thieving Skydiver back. When this hits, it connives. Transform, you have Mayhem. Conniving is good. Skydiver is a flying creature that steals stuff. I'm going to try Fleam. Just haven't actually played with that card before. Memory Jar is a potential Tinker target. I'm not using any of these red cards, so I'll take the Jar. Though I don't think I'm playing it. Time Spiral, Talisman, Harvester. Well, I have enough. Do I have enough talismans? I think I do. Fanatic of Ronus, a mana dork that I'm unlikely to play. Questing Beast. I'm technically a green deck. That could be useful in the sideboard. I got a lot of playables. This will take some work to build this deck. Okay, I did not end up with white cards or black cards, so Hallowed Fountain and Watery Grave can go. Wait, what does Flame do? Hold on. This is a Grixis card, though it doesn't seem important that I would transform it. But I guess I should leave myself the option if it just comes down to having Watery Grave over a basic island in my deck. Hallowed Fountain's not doing anything, though. Memory Jar's out. Did I actually end up using these red lands for anything? No, I did not. Oh, I kind of did, because I have Scalding Tarn that can get the mountain half of these lands, which gives me green mana. So yes, I actually am using my red dual lands. Though not in the way Richard Garfield intended. I think I'm there on Mishra's Workshop. I have so many talismans and Mightstone and Weakstone. I am going to play Workshop. Fanatic of Ronus is out. Sword of Fire and Ice, kind of wonky in my deck. It really only pops with Nadu. Do I even want Nadu? I could just trim this down to nearly mono blue. Yeah, I don't think I want to play Sword of Fire and Ice just to turn on Nadu. Tireless Tracker, Pest Infestation could be good enough on their own. And the green splash is pretty accessible to me. I have a fetch land that gets any of 3 dual lands plus this Restless Vine Stalk. I don't think I'm playing a basic forest. What is Time Spiral doing for me? If I dump out mana rocks early and then spiral, that's a big advantage. I don't really want to reload my opponent, though. I'm trying to go way over the top of them and not give them more stuff to do. I don't need 17 lands if I have 3 talismans. That's a bunch of mana sitting right there. I need one more cut. Do I need to main deck Haywire Might? Is Skullclamp doing anything without Nadu? It is an artifact. I have Retrofitter Foundry. Yeah, that's a package, and Skullclamp can come out of Urza Saga. I like that. I think it might be the Time Spiral. It would be great if I could ramp into it, but if I can't ramp into it, it kind of stinks. Though I have Tolarian Academy. Anytime you Time Spiral Tolarian Academy, it's probably going to be a good time. Okay, I think this is the deck I'm going to play. I'm aware of Time Spiral in my sideboard if I need it. But I have plenty of ways to spend mana. I have lots of ways to get more cards. I have a great Tinker package. Alright, let's do it. This is the deck. The BoshNRoll channel is brought to you by Tales of Adventure. TOAMagic.com has almost 100,000 unique cards in stock. They offer free track shipping on every order, plus next day or 2-day options when you have an event coming up fast. They offer on-site pickup at major Magic events throughout the US, so you're never scrambling before your tournament. Stop by their booth to buy, sell, or trade at upcoming regional championships, Magic Con, Spotlight Series, and more. I love their selection of individually scanned high-end cards that show you exactly what you're buying. And the best part is saving 5% on every order with promo code BOSH. From Ancestral Recall to Zombie Master, get what you need quickly and in one place at TOAMagic.com. Eternal lives here. I'm on the play in round 1. This hand is a little clunky, but Tinker is the type of thing that can catch that up. I'm going to play Scalding Tarn and pass the turn. I have Hedge Maze I can fetch with this as I orient myself to the Arena UI. Oh wait, I didn't take Hedge Maze? Commercial District. Okay. I have something I can fetch with this. Skull Clamp. Leave that on top. I can tinker that out. Watergrave tapped. Skull Clamp in play. Ship it. Hey, my opponent's just got mana up. I don't love that. I'm going to play Island and pass. I can cycle Zagoth Triome for some stuff to do here. Mystical Tutor. What do we got? They've got a mana leak. Okay. They've showing their intentions here. Cycling Zagoth Triome. I don't know what phase that was in. I hope it was their end step. Brazen Borrower is actually a good draw, because that might be good enough for them to mana leak, given that I have Skull Clamp in play. And doing anything at instant speed is good. All right, I am going to end step, play Brazen Borrower, and see if this is a fight they want to have. It's in there with a crazy animation that may or may not have just been edited out. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to attack with Brazen Borrower and see what happens. And then I'm going to equip Brazen Borrower with Skull Clamp. And they might have a removal spell in response. Swords to Plowshares, you got it. I'm going to play Talisman of Progress with my Mishra's Workshop. Hell yeah. And next turn, I can tinker playing around Mana Leak. Or no, I'm one short. One short, because Workshop won't help me here. Okay, I'm in there now. You don't actually need targets with Pest Infestation. I could make a bunch of bugs here. I'm going to have this enter tapped. If my opponent is just sitting there on a bunch of mana, I want to make them come to me. Okay, they've cast a Barrogoyf. All right. Mishra's Workshop cast Talisman of Dominance. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I could get Endstone here. I could get Trips Titan here. What do I want to tinker away? I think it's the White Talisman. I would love to get Portal here, but I can't. Do they have 2 counterspells? If they have a counterspell that's not Mana Leak, it would be weird to have tutored for Mana Leak back on turn 1. Remand. Okay. I'm still going to resolve Tinker this turn, but it is going to cost me an additional artifact. Tinker, sack the Talisman of Dominance. Endstone, Mightstone, Trips Titan. It's Trips. Big Trips. And I will equip it with Skull Clamp just in case it dies. All right, pass the turn. If this gets bounced, it's a huge bummer. But if they kill it any other way, bummer. All right. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I draw a land, I can just cast Portal. Barrogoyf milled 4 things that it can't return. Currency Converter. Okay. I think I'm going to cast Currency Converter. And then I'm going to Pest Infest for X equals 2, targeting Touch the Spirit Realm. And hope they... Oh. Arena, I thought this creeping tar pit was tapped. God damn it. All right, well, this is some unfamiliarity with the client kicking in here. Yeah, I looked at that and thought the tar pit was tapped. That was my out. And I could have played around it. The Mana Leak is gone, though. Which means, once again, a land is Portal. Oh no, they hit Deep Cavern Bat? Come on. Come on! Okay. This game plagued by not understanding the Arena client very well, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. Still got a bunch of good draws. I see them mousing over their graveyard. Why? Are we casting Treasure Cruise, Dig Through Time? A Bornoculus. Yeah, that plays. Opponent Manifest Dread. They still have plenty of cards in their library. And look at me. I drew the land. That's what I wanted, kind of. All right, draw and discard a card. I'll discard this island. I'll play Tireless Tracker and pass the turn. Doesn't look good, team. I am playing best of 3. 7, 12. Yep, well, I have to block. My opponent also has Fleam. Okay, we've got Wheel of Fortune, Prof's Memory, Jace, Remand, Mana Leak to know about. They've also got Tameo, Big Urza. Is it too late for this guy? Do I even want to show them that I have it? I'm dead to everything. Okay. You got me. I pick your poison. We did see some good flying creatures and a powerful enchantment. I'm probably interested in that. Haywire Might. That actually would have been a great draw on the last turn. I was still ripping to outs. I like my creatures. If I can get under their counterspells, that's really good for me. Is Skull Clamp actually good? We saw a lot of removal. Okay. Skull Clamp's out. Pick your poisons in. Yeah, we saw Swords to Plowshares. Touch the Spirit Realm. A lot of good exile-based removal in that deck. Ooh. Saga Gaming. Keep 7. I have Urza's Saga. Cast a 1-drop Ancient Tomb to accelerate it. This is just legacy play patterns. Blue to Delta, fetching right away. Even like a Thoughtseize or a Duress doesn't break up what I'm trying to do here. And Urza Saga frequently ruins the lives of people who are trying to play Drago. Opponent has a pretty powerful proactive play on turn 1 though, but hopefully my constructs are big enough to tangle. Tamiyo makes a clue, a fetch, that resolves. Deep Cavern Bat. Have a gander. I will make a construct in response. I gotta tell you, this Urza Saga being over on the right and not with my lands is weird to me. I like when my cards look like cards and not like whatever they're trying to make happen here. Construct, tutor for Haywire Might versus Retrofitter. Constructs are already the end of Retrofitter. There's nothing tricky to be done there. Retrofitter keeps making the squad bigger and bigger, though. I'll play the Zagoth Triome tapped and attack. All right, can this Quicksend do what it needs to do? Prof's Memory. That makes their lifelink creature a little bigger. Meticulous Archive. Milled away a Remand. That is correct. Tamiyo makes another clue. I'm going to play Island. I'm at 14, huh? So if I tap Ancient Tomb, yeah, I'm actually going to... Hold on. I have 4 mana here. Ancient Tomb is involved. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Let's just cast that card. And then I can bounce Deep Cavern Bat. Take all of this pressure off. Karn's back in my hand for now. If they draw 2 cards, they can kill Jace with Tamiyo, but if they go like land clue, that costs them their whole turn, and then they're dead to the constructs. They gotta actually do something here. And they've seen Cryptic Command in my hand. They don't know that I have the 3rd blue to cast it. Oh wow, they just let it go to my turn. I'm holding up Cryptic Command. Just bounce Tamiyo. Bounce Tamiyo, hold up Cryptic. And we did it. Okay. The power of Ancient Tomb. My opponent has now seen that angle of my deck. Sword of Fire and Ice, protection from blue. That is a number of their creatures, but red is not the removal. We've seen white removal primarily. Yeah, I think I like what I've got going on here. Just trying to jam on them. Ancestral Recall. I'll keep. I've seen Deep Cavern Bat in their deck, so I am actually going to pass with the island up, though I would like to develop the Zagoth Triome. It's my turn. Commercial District, Surveil, Ponder. I don't need that. I'm trying to go way bigger than that with this Ancestral Recall. And the problem with Ancestral right now is my deck isn't full of Moxen. So if I Ancestral right now, I'll just have to discard 2 cards in my end step, which is not a good deal. They surveilled away their Wheel of Fortune. Seachrome Coast. Now it's my turn. Zagoth Triome tapped. And I will play out... Come on, Arena Tapper. Settle down. Trying to tap my island, tap me out of Ancestral as I try to develop my Haywire Might. I guess it's reading that it has a green activated ability, which I suppose is not nothing. Okay, I'm on the board, and I don't have to discard if I play Ancestral. But I'm not going to be casting Ancestral Recall into all these mana leaks. Attack with Haywire Might. I am going to shock in Watery Grave and pass the turn. This now outmuscles Mana Leak, and it outmuscles Remand. It doesn't beat Mana Leak plus Remand. Prof's Memory. You got it. All right. The end of my turn. Ancestral targeting me. Or at the end of your turn. Ancestral targeting me. I assume Orcish Bowmaster is in this format, but I haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to play around it. I've since successfully Ancestraled. And what do I want to do now? I think I want to play Tireless Tracker and then make a land drop. This is scary enough that they might interact with it, but also it's like the 3rd best card in my hand. Reprieve. Okay. That's back in my hand. And then Ancient Tomb, Tireless Tracker anyway. And attack with Haywire Might. I would have preferred to get a clue there, of course. Monastery Mentor, all right. A real game. Tempo strat unfolding in front of me in real time. Still leaving up 2 mana. Okay, shop plays Talisman of Unity. Talisman of Unity plays Talisman of Dominance. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I can Urza or Jace with Mana Leak covered. All right, here comes Urza. Remand, sure. That was the other one. All right, Urza's back in my hand. I don't have a follow-up. I could Pest Infest the Prof's Memory and get 2 bugs. Do I want that? They do buy me a lot of time versus Monastery Mentor. Yeah, I think I'm into this. X equals 1. Prof's Memory, Autopay. I take 2 from the Ancient Tomb, but I'll get that back when my bugs die. There is a Creeping Tar Pit over here if they suddenly turn the corner and start bashing me. I can cast Portal Phyrexia easily. I'm 1 mana away from paying for Mana Leak while I do it. We've already seen Reprieve and Remand. Okay, I'm gonna block the 2 monks with my 2 bugs. This will absorb a ton of prowess damage if they do stuff. And it'll kill their monks if they don't do stuff. Alright, Wandering Emperor. That certainly qualifies as stuff. I don't have any tapped creatures, so they're probably going to put a +1 counter and give first strike to something. Likely the thing it's blocked, or just make a 2/2 second main. Okay, they decided to gas up the Mentor instead. Right, I gained 2 life because those died. Stomping Ground. Okay, this is interesting. They have 3 mana. We've been through Reprieve and Remand. If they have actual counterspell, it's so bad if I go for this portal. I think I want to go for Urza. Yeah, I'm still paying for everything I need to pay for. Urza resolved without a fight. That gives me an extra 2 mana. I can tap Haywire Might and Construct. If I shock in Stomping Ground, I can pay for Mana Leak. All right, so we go blue, blue, 1, 2, Jace. Okay, exciting. It resolved. I could Brainstorm, I could bounce Mentor. I think I want to bounce Mentor. I'm just trying to leave stats in play. And I don't want any of my creatures to be tapped on their turn. All right, Fiery Islet being cracked. That's a good sign. 3 prowess creatures are pretty good. If they're like removal, 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 I might die. Deep Cavern Bat, okay. Gaze upon my 2 9-drops and decide which one you're more worried about. It's got to be the Portal. Yeah, Portal is under the bat. Emperor's making a 2/2. Mentor's back. They're still showing Mana Leak. But, alright. I'm going to bounce Deep Cavern Bat and then play Portal to Phyrexia. Bounce Deep Cavern Bat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Portal. And I can pay for Mana Leak. Alright, we've got that. I've got it with my lands. I don't even have to tap the artifacts. What the fuck? Why? Magic Online, why? Why? Hold on. If I hit cancel, what happens? Alright. Okay, Magic Online wanted me to tap my creatures, my blockers, instead of my Ancient Tomb to do that. Fair enough. Okay, some stuff is gone. And then tap Portal to make Retrofitter Foundry. And okay, pass the turn. My life total is 9. Still a lot of prowess in play. But opponent couldn't really do anything last turn. If they don't do anything this turn, I can make a servo in the end step. Urza taken over here. And they don't have any dead creatures, so Portal, mediocre right now. Or I can't get my own. I don't have any dead creatures either. Doesn't matter. Ooh, a Time Spiral. Game on. All right. That's a little scary, but I'll take 7 fresh ones. That was pretty bad for me. Let's see what they came up with. Prof's Memory, holy shit. That's so many. And I don't have green mana up to Haywire Might that. Okay. Again, if they have a string of removal, I'm dead. Or if they can give a creature flying. That's not good either. Teferi Time Raveler. Spooky. Alright, well, that gets rid of one of my blockers. Bouncing my 6/6, I will float a blue mana out of it. And then that happens. 2 mana left. Did you get there? Okay. There is... I am going to tap Haywire Might to make a servo. I'd rather block with that than Haywire Might, if we're about to go into combat anyway. Okay, they're putting effort on Jace, which is good news. That means they don't have a combat trick that's going to kill me. If they just attack me with everything, I lose Urza. Uh-oh, they're reconsidering. They heard me talking. Stream sniping. Okay, they are attacking Jace. I'll block the 11/11, and Jace will die. Okay. Scary. Oh, I guess I should have actually blocked with Haywire Might, because that gives me something to regenerate with Portal. Tinker. What's left? I have the Endstone. Do I want the Endstone? Endstone versus Trips Titan. Kind of interesting. They do have the Forbidden 2 mana showing. Pest Infestation can destroy profs, make a bunch of blockers. Okay, play Saga. I'm into that. Workshop plays Talisman of Progress. That's happening. And then 1, 2, 3. Tinker away my Talisman of Unity. Mightstone kills Mentor. That's not good enough. Trips Titan's not good enough either. None of this is good enough. All right, I'll get the Trips. And then I got to do some stuff with this Pest Infestation. I have 1, 2, x equals 1, x equals 2, x equals 3. Pest Infestation. Destroy Prof's memory and no other targets. The remand. I am definitely going to lose this game. Sick. I love losing to Monastery Mentor. I'm not going to lie. If I'm going to lose a game, let's do it like that. Right, I can play Karn, but it's not going to be very good. I can make a construct blocker and basically be dead. GG. That clutch Time Spiral. Time Spiral plus Profs, really. Sick combo. They're fetching with the Scalding Tarn. Plus Teferi. Mystical Tutor. That's so many triggers. I don't know if they can draw a card. It also probably doesn't matter. Time Twister on top. Let's go. Wheel of Fortune into Time Twister. This Prof's memory going completely bonkers. So if I had blocked with Haywire Might instead of Servo last turn, I would be at 9. And I'd have Haywire Might in play still. So there was an optimization where if I literally just use my card correctly, I have 2 more life than I do. This is Omega Lethal. And they have Teferi, so they don't even have to think about anything I might do. GG's. Okay, on to the next round. Yeah, pound me into the dirt, arena animations. Cool. Okay, so definitely a moment of confusion about a tapped land because I don't play a lot of arena. But really good match, and the type of deck that can overcome Tinker is one that has efficient counterspells, good removal. Like, I Tinkered successfully in those games. I had Portal to Phyrexian and Triplicate Titan in play in a game that I just lost. So just good interaction from the opponent. On to the next one.
This video is sponsored by Moxfield.com, the easiest way to build Magic decks online. Moxfield supports over 30 formats, including Legacy and everything else you'll see on this channel. There's multiple customizations so you can interact with your deck how you want. Views such as text, grid, or stacks, and groupings like type, subtype, color, color identity, even artist. The site offers light mode, dark mode, and so much more. However you want to see your deck, Moxfield can provide it for you. Follow my Moxfield to keep up with the channel and what I'm playing in paper. I'll see you there.
I'm on the play in round 2. I am going to keep this hand. I ramp, I have a 1-drop, I have Tinker, I got all sorts of stuff going on here. I have Fleam, Gobin's Creation. The opponent has taken a mulligan. I'm going to lead on my Skull Clamp. I'd love to just see a forest or like some land color that will just die to my turn 3 Tinker. A mountain, a forest, even a plains is probably okay. A Bayou. That card casts Thoughtseize sometimes. Ooh, Mishra's Workshop. Doesn't really accelerate anything I'm doing here. I'm just going to fetch. And I'm just getting an island. I don't need to get fancy. My game plan is in front of me. Abzan. Talisman of Hierarchy. Okay. And griefing me. Pitching a card. They have to take Tinker here, probably. Good thing all of the cards in my hand are pretty good. What did they exile to that? Vindicate. Okay. Yep, Tinker's gone. Oh my god. Don't mind if I do. I will choose me as a target for Ancestral Recall. What do you think? All right. I drew a bunch of cards. Workshop can get Mightstone into play. Hell yeah. Mightstone, draw 2. Then also cast Currency Converter. Oh, am I going to get Mana Tithed? Did they have it? Hell yeah. I'm proud of you. Okay, pass the turn. Booster Tutor, let's go! Someone's here to party. Booster Tutor doesn't give you any means to cast it. It's not like they could just grab Time Walk and then put it on the stack right now. You do have to just be able to play the card. Oh, Animate Dead. Is there anything good? There's Grief. All right, well, they can have a 2/2 Grief, and then game on. Strips my Urza. Now I gotta beat you with Fleam. MVP, Booster Tutor. Okay, Island comes into play. Karn Scion is big enough to tangle here because of the minus. I'll make a construct, cast Currency Converter, and then Grief can attack Karn to 1, and then Karn will start drawing cards instead of making Fellas. Plains from hand, 1 card left. I can see them mousing over my Karn and my construct. Damn! Okay. Well, if we've found stability, and now we both know what each other are capable of, but I've got some draw engines. Haywire Might can kill this, except that I don't have green mana. All right, plus Karn. I reveal 2, opponent puts 1 in my hand, the other gets exiled until Karn does stuff. Tameo and the Endstone. I'm happy with both of those. Gotta give me Tameo, right? I can cast the Endstone. Wow, gave me the Endstone? Fuck yeah. All right, yeah, I'll just put that on the stack. I lose 9 life in the end step, but I'm going to be at 10 forever and now just unstoppable card advantage. If they just like disenchant my Endstone off the top, that would be funny. I just spent 7 mana to deal 9 damage to myself. Okay, Watery Grave, we're fine. Karn's dead. Thank you for your service. Here we go. Well, I'm going to start with Workshop mana and see how many cards I get to draw. Endstone, rips, Pest Infestation, Retrofitter, rips, Green Talisman. I'm online now for a variety of things. Green Talisman, draw a card. Urza Saga, play that. And now I'm going to Pest Infestation for 2, blow up Animate Dead and Talisman, autopay, draw another card. Folks, I don't know if you've ever had the Endstone in play, but I recommend it. Strongly recommend it. Okay, and pass the turn. That's all I got. And I gain a life. Play in a land, get a little surveil going. I don't actually know how Booster Tutor is implemented. Like, is that Animate Dead in their deck now? Is it in their pool for the rest of the draft? Does it disappear at the end of this game? I actually have no idea. All right, I'm going to cast Trips Titan and draw a card. Oh, I hit a Tolarian Academy. LMAO! That draws another card. 8 mana in the pool. Is that a good number? Offspring. Let's make sure I don't deck myself. 13 cards is plenty. Cryptic Command in my hand. Talisman of Progress in my hand. And I have mana floating, might as well spend it. 10 cards left in my deck is fine. End the turn, you're up. Overlord of the Baelmark, Hardcast. Alright, so we see a bunch of cards on the way through. Which Enchanter is worth knowing about? Which Enchanter back in their hand? They will not have time to use it. Make a construct with Saga on the way out. I'm out of tutораbles. That's fine. I will just attack and win. Do I have lethal through this? Yes, easily. Okay. So I had to figure out if I had to play a card or not, and I don't. Sweet. When my spells resolve, my deck's very powerful. Do I want Time Spiral in here? They're kind of a deck that I want to run out of cards, but we saw my opponent show me what Time Spiral's really about last game. I could cut Haywire Might. And Time Spiral just gets me right back in it like crazy if they discard me a bunch of times. I think it's actually one of the talismans that goes. And they mana tithed me that game. That was gross. Okay. What am I actually doing? Nah, I'm off it. I like my deck. Let's play. Another fast Tinker, a turn 2 Tinker. I will be keeping this hand. We have seen Vindicate, Mana Tithe, and Witch Enchanter that can catch up to a play like that. They're in the colors for Swords to Plowshares. Caracas, that's a sweet card. Doesn't really mess me up, but it is a sweet card. Milled Overtouch the Spirit Realm, no creatures to return. Seeing Touch go is really exciting. I'm going to attack for 1, and then shove Tinker. Just put them to the test of Trips Titan. All right, let's go. The Titan, at least, if they kill it, it leaves something behind. They have to exile it. And Vindicate, Witch Enchanter don't do that. Saw 1 exile base removal spell disappear already. Basic Plains, Elite Spellbinder. Okay. I regret to inform you, you're in some trouble. They took my Thunder Trap Trainer, which I can play. This costs 2 more. Yeah, I can just play it. I'm going to attack with Triplicate Titan. We'll start there. And then I'm going to shock in Watery Grave, play Tamiyo, leave up Petty Theft. The Caracas can bounce Tamiyo, but it costs them a mana to do that in a spot where they don't have a lot of room to breathe. Mosswood Dread Knight. Okay, draw a card, lose a life. Yeah, they don't have it. If they have it, they just drew it. And by it, I mean Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, that sort of thing. Tap land, not what we're looking for. Bouncing my dear sweet Tamiyo. And in the end of turn, Petty Theft your blocker to bonk you for Xaxes. Okay, we found an opponent who didn't counter my Tinker. On to the next round. The BoshNRoll channel is proudly partnered with the Resleevables. In this YouTube series, hosts Patrick Sullivan and Patrick Chapin go set by set through Magic's past, leveraging their decades of experience as Pro Tour players and game designers to analyze the good, the bad, and the ugly of Magic's history. Each episode is a deep dive into the facts, mechanics, cycles, trivia, decks of the time, and historical context of the set. The hosts dig into notable cards of the era and their lasting impact today. Each set gets an award show where the hosts pick their favorite cards for categories such as Best, Worst, and Weirdest. And finally, give a letter grade for the set's overall success. Whether you want a history lesson or a nostalgia hit, The Resleevables has it at youtube.com/theresleevables. I'm on the draw in round 3. No mana in my hand, which is a shame because it's otherwise quite exciting. Gonna mulligan. 1 land, but it does do stuff. I'm going to keep 6, and I think Urza is actually the bottom here. So land is good, especially good if it's Mishra's Workshop. All right, we're in business. I now have a straight line to Tinker. And if they use discard spells, am I getting straight up reanimated? I do have Petty Theft, which could tangle with some of the monsters that might come into play on turn 2. I do generally believe Reanimator to be the most powerful thing you can do in Cube if you get all the cards for it. Trips Titan is the best they can do. That's good news for me. Dauthi Voidwalker. All right. Makes Currency Converter a little worse, but I wasn't really planning to use it as a currency converter. Talisman of Unity. And pass the turn. Mox Sapphire. Ah, cool. Oh, they have old borders. That's fun. I didn't see one of those during my draft, of course. And they did awkwardly just reveal 2 additional colors in their deck. Mox Sapphire and Plains coming into play this turn. And them having artifacts means if I tinker, they get to tinker with Voidwalker. I could infest some pests here. I could also Thunder Trap holding up Brazen Borrower. I think I'm going to Thunder Trap holding up Petty Theft, which could clear the Voidwalker or bounce a reanimated creature this turn, any of that sort of stuff. Jace the Mind Sculptor to my hand, Ancient Tomb, and some lands to the bottom of the deck. Fairy Mastermind. Okay. I'm not going to block here. I'll save my Petty Theft for when they can't replay stuff. Quantum Rizzler. Okay. I am going to Petty Theft Dauthi Voidwalker now, because that will make them draw 1 less card from Riddler, because they have 2 in hand. That does mean they can replay Voidwalker, but if I can get an actual card out of Petty Theft, which I just did, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, Voidwalker's back. Riddler warps out. Cryptic Command. How much of a wuss do I want to be and for how long? They have one card in their hand. They're showing blue-white. All right. I am prepared to not be a wuss. I'm going to tinker away my currency converter for Portal to Phyrexia. Yeah, okay. Portal to Phyrexia. Eat that Dothy Voidwalker. Eat that Fairy Mastermind. Give me that Trips Titan next turn. Attack. Okay, they have Riddler in Warp and one card in hand. If I untap with Cryptic Command... Okay, they got their own Petty Theft. I'll take the Wrath. I'll just do it. They can play Riddler and draw 2 right now. Obviously, pretty good. Skull Clamp. Jace can bounce Riddler and then be around to be a Jace next turn. Obviously, bouncing a creature that drew 2 cards on ETB is not a great exchange, but I'm treading water here to pull back ahead. Sorry, Revenant. This means Riddler draws 2 cards again. And Nethergoyf. All right, they definitely got some graveyard stuff going on. Because they played Nethergoyf, this is a warp, though. This is not the creature being here. Lion Sash, all right. A lot of graveyard hate in their deck. I can bounce stuff, or I can draw cards. I think I would like to draw cards. Jace is going to Brainstorm. I would like to hit my land drops, especially if it's Mishra's Workshop, and there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm a couple turns away from where I'd like to be. Sorry, Revenant flies. I could blow up Lion Sash and Talisman of Dominance this turn. Then I lose Jace for sure. All right, I'm going to put Portal and Workshop on top of my deck in that order. And then I'm going to zap in Watery Grave, play Tamiyo, and pass with Cryptic Command available. As Jace flips Tamiyo next turn as well. I hope they play a card pre-combat. Yeah, okay, here we go. I'm going to counter tap. Counter target spell, tap all creatures your opponent's control. Cool, okay. This is a big turn to operate. Working my way back to Phyrexian Portal. I am going to Brainstorm again. Put back. Is it time to infest some pests? I'm going to put back... Is it Portal and Shop? I think I need one or the other this turn. Oh, I can't. Oh, I do have mana for Tireless Tracker. All right, I'm not going to Tireless Tracker and Pest Infest, so I'm going to put back Pest Infestation and Portal. Submit those 2. This flips Tamiyo. Plus Tamiyo. Tireless Tracker. I go to 9 to play this. Less than I'd like. Mishra's Workshop makes a clue. Mishra's Workshop casts Retrofitter Foundry and Skull Clamp. And I have a mana floating that I can't do anything with. So I guess I will just pass the turn and see what they want to do. They don't have mana to play this Brazen Borrower that's in exile. They can eat some stuff out of the graveyard in the end step, but that's not really what I'm worried about. I can play Portal next turn. Jace will die to Karsi Revenant right now, but he's done a lot. Reconfiguring onto Karsi Revenant. Okay. That was not necessary unless they're trying to kill me this turn. Do they have it? 1, 2, 3. That's 7 minus 1, 6. Yeah, that's not lethal. Okay. That's fine. Anything that's not lethal is fine. They could kill Tamiyo this turn if they want to do that. But Jace is a bigger problem. They're going face? Fascinating. All right. That's allowed. I can kill Nethergoyf outright here. I draw a card. I put a +1 counter on Tireless Tracker. I take 3. Goyf dies. All my Planeswalkers are still here. Okay. They've got 1 card in hand. How much do I want to respect it? I don't actually have to respect it at all. I'm just going to shove Portal to Phyrexia. And if it doesn't resolve, I'll bounce Revenant with Jace. Okay. Revenant's in the graveyard. I am going to bounce Lion Sash. Feel like I gotta. They can play... Oh, am I dead? Did I tap out into some lethal shit? Karsi Revenant. I think I might have fucked up. Okay. I'm attacking with everybody. But this Brazen Borrower, Karsi Revenant, put a flying counter Death Dish, and okay, that doesn't give its power and toughness. So this is an attack for 2. Lion Sash, play and reconfigure 3/4. Okay, this is still only an attack for 4. Though I did mess that up. I didn't account for that, and I should have. It takes white to activate Lion Sash. I go to 2. Shit's dangerous. They exiled Trips Titan. And if they get aggressive on their turn and push as much damage as they can, that means my portal can actually target something. Okay, they exiled Voidwalker and Trips Titan. Carsey Revenant. That doesn't give stats, just words. All right, so I go to 2. It's dicey, but I'm going to get their Quantum Riddler. Yeah, give me Quantum Riddler. I draw 2 cards here. And I found the Endstone, which puts me to 10. Okay, sweet. They have also tapped out of white for me rebuying my Cryptic Command. Yeah, I almost messed that up, but I think I'm going to get away with it. I'm going to look at the top card of their deck with Jace. Put that card on the bottom. Decline. Okay. You can keep your Mox Pearl. And I've got a Tolarian Academy, which makes a treasure, or a clue. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the Endstone. And then, okay, they've had enough. Cool. I don't think I played that particularly well, but I think I got away with it. Okay, so their Reanimator. Scavenging Ooze has some words. Pick Your Poison has some words. Haywire Might. Didn't see a lot for that. Haywire Might's out for Scavenging Ooze. Can I get Pick Your Poison in? Where do I want it? I could take it over Ponder. Okay, here we go. Hopefully, last game of the league. A little slow, but I trust in turn 1 Tamiyo. I'm going to rock it. How insane has Mishra's Workshop been? Caught that one in the middle of Pack 2 and then really paid it out in Pack 3. Quantum Riddler. That's like Tamiyo, but doesn't win the game. They draw a comparable amount of cards until the point where Tamiyo draws way the hell more. But they still have priority, so am I getting griefed or solituded? All right, solitude it is. That pitched Flicker Wisp. So they got some stuff going on over there. Little Esper Blink deck. I respect it. All right, Stomping Ground, Scavenging Ooze. I would like to be on board with Scavenging Ooze before they start reaching into their graveyard. Island. Okay, sweet. I get to Surveil. Tinker. Oh. Well, it's bad, so I will get rid of it, unfortunately. The reason for the season, my favorite card in all of Magic. And knowing that they have Entomb in their deck, I am not going to tap out for Fleam. I'm going to pass with an Ooze activation available to me. All right, they're going for its throat. I will eat Solitude in response. Okay. The graveyard is back open for business. 3 islands and a Savai Triome. Perfect mana base. I would love to draw land. And I did. Fun. I'm going to try Karn. Urza is more important than Karn, but I'm pretty happy with either of them. All right, Mighty 1/1. Let's go. Entomb. All right. Do they have it all? Trips Titan being the best thing they can reanimate, though, against a blue deck is some comfort for me. Because I can bounce that with Cryptic Command. I can reasonably race it with a variety of things. Okay, how do I want to do this? Karn is actually worth mana here because I have Urza. All right, I'm going to play Urza, who will make a construct. Then Karn's going to make another construct. This is now 3 mana that I have. I can use it to play Fleam or Thunder Trap. I think I'm going to Bees in the Trap. Looking for my next big payoff. I could cast Skull Clamp right now, or I could Endstone their shit next turn. I'm going to get Skull Clamp and just build out my board. And then I can equip that to Thunder Trap Trainer by tapping itself. Karn can die this turn, but he has done a lot. And I also don't care about Triplicate Titan because I have Cryptic Command. Dark Confidant. Never seen this art of Dark Confidant. Bring back Invitational Arts. There's only one Bob, and it's not this lady. Okay. Karn is still around. They are trying to damage race me. I'll plus Karn and see what we come up with. Pest Infestation and Tolarian Academy. I'm going to get Pest Infestation here. They'd be insane to give me Tolarian Academy. Yes, okay. The pests are here. infested and otherwise. I'm going to tap Skull Clamp for mana and use that to play Talisman of Progress. I can attack with all of my constructs and still have Cryptic Command up for their turn. Yeah, Thundertrap Trainer attack too. I'll draw 2 cards if you want to let me. Let's go. All right, just to chump with Nethergoyf. Opponent's at 6. And let's go to your turn. Flip a 6-drop, die a legend. Oh, Path to Exile. That one's actually really good. Glad I have a counterspell. Grave Titan, don't care. You got it. Okay, before combat starts, tap your squad, draw a card. Bang! Big blue artifacts doing the job. We got a good game, and off we go. Victory! I think that's all the matches I get, if I'm understanding this correctly. I get some rewards for going 2-1. Sweet. A random uncommon from a set that's about to rotate out of standard, just what I wanted. And some other stuff. What is this? I get to actually open one of these? What even is this? It's not a cube pack, is it? They don't give away Moxen in this. Okay, I don't know. Maybe they do. Maybe they are trying to feed you your various... maybe it's not a big deal if people have Power 9 on this platform, and maybe there actually are keeper packs. I have no idea what that is. Here I am cracking packs like it matters. Okay, it seems like my deck is gone, but that was fun. It did feel like Vintage Cube. Seems like most of the cards are available on Arena, and Vintage Cube being available to a new audience is awesome, and being able to play air quotes for free off of your various gems and stuff that are and crystals that they're pretty generous on giving out. This was sweet. I may or may not do another one. As always, might be the last cube I ever do. Playing on Arena is weird, but it did settle in. It did feel okay after a little bit. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.